Welcome to Open Mics Night. Open Mic Night. We are, first of all, on the planet Ike. So we have to thank the planet Ike for being forward. A planet Ike, of course, is one of the planets in the Alien World Federation, and they've really taken a proactive view on how to govern the planet. So for those that don't know, all the players, citizens can vote for custodians. Voting happens all the time. We've got custodians that and former custodians here. And what they've done is they've put an effort toward creating communities and bringing everybody together. And so we have to thank Planet Ike. We also have to thank Dwayne Philippi because we are on his land on Planet Ike. We're on the grassy coastline, which is good. So thank you for being a donor to the Center for Governance. The Center for Governance is really about bringing people together, having a conversation about how groups of diverse people can get together, make better decisions. And it's really about doing transformative events that make decision-making better. And guess what? This is one of those events because we're sneaking in some technologies and tools and things we've done. Vlad's with us. Vlad is one of the developers of these great tools. We're using other tools too. So the idea is making it easy for people to get together. And why are we doing this now? We're doing this because this is just a test, really. We just wanted to test out all our tools. Some of them already, I'll tell you, aren't working. Some of my technology has already failed. No one will know. You didn't know that it's failing, but it did. But that's one of the reasons why we do these things. And one of the reasons we're doing this is to support the Interplanetary Unconference. And maybe, Lisa, if you want to drop into the Zoom chat, where you sign up for the Interplanetary Unconference. What makes it an unconference? Well, because normally you have figure out a conference you like, and then you register. In this case, you register first and then figure out what kind of conference you want to have. So one of the things that will be in that conference will be at least one open mic night. So we thought with everything else going on, probably not the best time to test out our first open mic night. So this is really a test to get everything going, and that's going. So at the top of that building and back, which is the Center for Governance on the grassy coastline of Ike, we have a coffee shop. If anybody here wants to hold their own open mic night or other events, the Center for Governance is open to do that. We're also building an events hub. So if you want to have other events, 2D and eventually 3D, we will be glad to help you put on and host your event. And I'm about to introduce Dan Singjoy, who is our host, but he is also in charge of communication and connection within the Center for Governance, and that includes media, video. So he helps people put content together and put it out there. So if you need content support for your events, Dan can help you, he himself, or hook up with his team or hook up with anybody else. And if you ever want to hold a panel or conference about governance, we've got some plan for the unconference, but we're glad to help you with panels and events. Again, we're really about transformative events for decision making. But that's there. So what do we got today? Well, Dan's going to take us through how the voting and the mic and all that works. Lisa's going to go over, Dan will introduce Lisa. She will go over how we order coffee and how that whole thing works. And she'll talk a little bit wax wallets. Dwayne will talk a little about what prizes are, where they come from, how do we get prices when you come to this event. And other than that, if you are a performer tonight, we know Dwayne needs, or Jason needs to go early, drop your name just on there so that Dan knows that you will be performing. And then Dan will also talk about how we'll be rewarding and our winners. So with that, I introduce media extraordinaire and one of the busiest people I've met, Dan Singjoy.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you very much for the welcome, Eric, and also the kind words myself and everybody. For Dwayne and Lisa, I'll second that. And also For sure, reciprocate too. Thanks so much for bringing us together here, Eric, and organizing the Open Mic Night with the Center for Governance. Thanks so much for all the work you're doing with the Center for Governance. I'm thrilled to be collaborating with you. And Lisa, I've been a huge fan of Lisa Coffee Shop, and finally happy to finally join in and actually be in this space now. So thank you. I'm looking forward to passing over to you in maybe a minute or a couple minutes to hear more about the cookies and everything that you're making and the coffee and all of that. So thank you so much, Lisa, in general. And then Dwayne, of course, thank you for having us on the land. Thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. Stoked to be sharing this open mic night with you. I'm a musician. I know Eric and Lisa and many people are here musicians, and also I love comedy and speeches and all sorts of great stuff. So anyway, I have a couple screens I could share. I put it together real quick that I figure might be helpful before I pass it on to Lisa and Dwayne, just to give people a little bit of a visual overview of the kinds of things we'll be doing today, as well as a little bit of context. So perhaps now, without further ado, I'll just jump in and show. First off, I'll show and Lisa, feel free to jump in too if you want at any point to jump in with any more context. But this is the article that you shared. Maybe you're planning to share it as well, but I figured just, okay. Sometimes people appreciate when I share their content on the screens for them. And for anybody who doesn't know, I meet with Lisa and Eric and Dwayne and many people in this call very often. So we've got quite a great community. Encourage everybody to join more of these open mic night events, as well as the other events that we do in Alien Worlds and throughout the Metaverse. So this is an article that Lisa just put together. It's on Medium. The mic is yours. Enjoy the view, have some coffee, entertain, and be entertained. If anybody hasn't yet signed up to perform but would like to perform, I encourage you to do so. But if you want to just listen, then that is great, and happy to have you here and hope you enjoy it as much as possible. Feel free to let us know if there's anything we could do to accommodate your stay as much to be as the best experience possible. There's a little bit of introductory information, which you can see that Eric mostly covered here, but if anyone wanted to look more in detail, there was Lisa had written that it's hosted by the team at Fractalian Worlds, which I can briefly mention in a little bit. Shout out to Rosemari as well, who's been working with me with Fractalian Worlds, as well as many other people on the call. We can get into that more later, but yeah, there's registration. People were asking about the backgrounds that we have in the Lisa Coffee Shop, so you can download the guest Zoom background here and the performer Zoom background here if you'd like to join us in the Metaverse in that sense as well. And then I will show you how the voting works too. Everybody will get about 5 minutes to share their music or their speech or their comedy or their art or whatever it may be. So far, I think we have like 6 or 7 performers on the list. I'm not totally sure. It looks like Eric is making a call in the Zoom chat, so I encourage anybody to write their name there. Even if you want to just, you can take up to 5 minutes, but if you want to just take like 30 seconds and just share a little bit about yourself or a little bit of fun, something fun comes to mind, then that's all good and welcome and appreciated. There's a bit more here that I'll show you about the coffee and the snacks that you can get from Lisa's Coffee Shop and Wax NFT prizes and rewards that I believe that Dwayne is giving out, as well as if anybody doesn't have a Wax address, which is where you can receive rewards, then there's some information here where you can learn more, as well as you can see a beautiful picture of the coffee community comedy consensus cookies and chips, some of my favorite C's in the world, as well as some links to Planet Ike and Alien Worlds and Metaverse and many other things we shared there. So that's a high level overview there, and I'll be pretty quick here because I want to respect everybody's time and just give you a high level overview. But Eric is talking at the Center for Governance at governance.super.site. You can learn more about the Center for Governance and all the great initiatives that Eric is doing and that I've been helping out with, as well as Dwayne and Vlad and many others. And there's a lot of great information here. You can see the information. You can scroll through it, governance.super.site, but just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. He's also got some great sites when you go to the bottom. He's been working closely with Lisa's initiative, the Ike Community Council, and doing summaries. And he's also got a lot of helpful information. Eric is really taking a huge leadership role, which I greatly appreciate and encourage everybody to check out what he's doing. And I think that we'll also expand upon a lot of this in future open mic nights. There's also a little town hall episode that I did with Eric previously, where you can learn more about the Center for Governance and stuff we're doing. And then Rosemari had put out this message where we're releasing another town hall episode about this Lisa Coffee Shop open mic night that will be coming out soon. Also wanted to give a little intro to Planet Ike. People can check out planetike.com to learn more. Thanks to Planet Ike, and LisaCoffeeshops.com to learn more about Lisa Coffee Shop too. And Lisa's got an order form here, so if you'd like to order coffee or iced mocha or all of the above, or nut butter and jam and so forth, you could do that and then enter your Wax wallet and hit submit. Lisa can go more into detail about that. And Eric had mentioned the Interplanetary Unconference. That's an event that Lisa's hosting and organizing. You can check out at interplanetunconference.com, and I have a page here, edencreators.com/unconference, with some more details. So I'm just kind of giving a very high-level overview because there's so many great things that Eric said and Lisa said that I wanted to give people a visual just to show there's lots of great websites where you could dig in more if you want to. There's also a Planet Ike Telegram chat if you want to get more involved. And Eric had mentioned Alien Worlds. It's a really cool game that a lot of people are involved with at alienworlds.io. Lastly, I mentioned that for Alien Worlds, so I mentioned that this is something that I've been working on with Rosemari. It's a really cool initiative we're doing in Alien Worlds, and we also have EOShip meetings, several meetings every week that I co-host with Lisa, and Dwayne hosts the Crown Call. So if you want to get more involved and talk about future things, we have these every Thursday, and we also have an Alien Worlds Fractal meeting where we play fun social games every Monday. And Dwayne started that a long time ago, and Vlad has been working on that. So anyway, I don't want to go too long. We're playing a lot of games here that we've been also pioneering at Eden Fractal, which I can go more into detail. But anyway, this is the poll that's currently out there right now. I believe that there's 2 polls out there. So actually I pulled up this one, but I can pull up the other one here too. And let me just get the link for there right now. My apologies for the delay, but I encourage, if anybody hasn't filled out this yet, you can fill out here to answer what's your name and what's your top reason that for being here and what are you most looking forward to. You can also show what planet you're from and your wax address so you can get some of those cookies and coffee and so forth. And then there's also another poll on Slido where we will be able to rank the performance that we appreciate the most. So as you're listening to whoever's singing, we'll also add more people's names too as more people get added to this list. I think there's been a few that haven't yet been added, Jason and Rheyah, and anybody else. So you can basically click. Right now we have to reconfigure this a little bit, but basically what you can do is you can drag whoever you think, whoever did the performance that you appreciated the most to the top, and then you can drag the second most appreciated performance to the second, and so forth, and then you could send. I see Eric is raising his hand, and that's pretty much the end of my presentation too, so I could perhaps stop the screen share, or if you want to take it from here, Eric.
I just have one quick thing to add. A great job is, even though there's only a few people here, the Alien Worlds Metaverse, the universe here is huge. I mean, somewhere between 3 million and 10 million people are playing hundreds of thousands a day. We don't even know how big it is. So this is a way to get your voice and your projects out. And you've got some of the dream team here to help you roll that in places where we can put a lot of eyeballs on things. So I just wanted to reiterate that while we're hanging out as a small group today in Lisa's coffee shop, we're part of a much bigger metaverse. That's it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, there's an amazing community here, and we're doing amazing things. And I'm very excited for anybody who's newly watching or newly joining. And I encourage you to join and learn because there's a whole bunch of amazing stuff here. And with that, I'll pass on to another amazing person. I think it's a good time. This is Lisa. If you'd like to give us a little bit of your words about the Lisa Coffee Shop and the menu and anything else on your mind, we'd love to hear it.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you. Thank you, everyone. And yes, I think you've done a great job of introducing Lisa's Coffee Shop and the menu and Center for Governance. And so I'll just mention a few things. In the open mic Telegram group, there are some stickers. So feel free, if you need some coffee, to just go on ahead and click on the sticker. And there's some cookies and some mochas, and there's some for the table if you want to get some mochas for the table, or some chips or a plate of cookies. But then if you'd like some to take home, there is also a Google form you can use and put your wax wallet on there. And then we'll pack some up for you to take home and get those in your wallet before long later today. So enjoy everyone's company and your imagination. And things are a little backwards here in the metaverse, and that's part of why we're here, is to spend time and learn about that. But you'll see things don't cost things. Matter of fact, things go the other direction in the metaverse. Believe it or not, it works. I mean, if we're going to imagine things, why not, right? So without further ado, back to you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being so welcoming for us and helping to set this up. As I said, I don't know if I told you before, but I came across Lisa's Coffee Shop, I don't know, a long time ago, way before we met. And I thought it was amazing back in Crownlandia and stuff, checking out all the websites. So it's super cool to be here. And thank you so much for the warm welcome. I suppose I can pass it on to Dwayne now. I think Dwayne had some words to share about, well, I don't know. Dwayne, you want to talk about prizes or just in general? I remember there was something you want to talk about, right?
Yeah, I was just going to introduce, why why Metaverse, and you know, we've talked about some tools, and one of the things maybe we didn't explain is all these tools get backed up or utilize a blockchain. And you know, why are we excited about this space, and why are we, you know, trying to do events like this that use these tools? And you know, we can all agree that, you know, we're building communities. We don't necessarily need, say, a blockchain to do that. So why are we utilizing these tools? And I'm sure the words Web3 have been maybe known to a lot of people, or it's come up. And just, you know, the technology we use, say, maybe to move money around, or, you know, centralized websites to keep our data, we just realized that, you know, those were technologies that maybe their time has passed, because we've seen, you know, leaving our private information, or just, you know, trusting big centralized bodies, you know, with our communities. Maybe there's a better way. So you've heard that, you know, we're on a world here, and it's, you know, attached to alien worlds. And alien worlds, you know, is kind of that experiment to try to bring the easiest tools to onboard people into this blockchain space. So you've heard of crypto. Well, how do we get a lot of users to come in and maybe have some fun and get a few of these things? You know, one of them is a wallet to, you know, interact and be able to accept different gifts, like Lisa's mentioning, you know, different digital art in form of, you know, coffee and treats. We practice governance many times a week. And one of the things we do is we use some apps, like I mentioned before, Consortium, and they put our results on a blockchain. And why that's important for us is that we can easily then send out different badges or tokens of appreciation or attendance badges, or even split up a pool of, you know, digital funds quite easily when we're able to post it to a public ledger. Alien Worlds has kind of brought us into the, you know, bring people into an ecosystem where you're able to get some of these different types of tokens or digital art in the form of NFTs. And then is slowly bringing us along to try and cooperate to come to consensus of what we want to do with these funds and how we want to distribute them. So, you know, sometimes the intent might not be clear. You hear games and metaverse, and there's a lot of different ecosystems and communities out there. But the intent of our communities that we're focusing on is, how do we make the world a better place? And a lot of us believe that coming to consensus and coming to some sort of agreement is probably a good human first step to, you know, try out these tools, and then taking the power back so that we can utilize these tools without spending a lot of money or trusting other people that might censor us, or you know, might not be keeping our data, or might be keeping our data. But one thing I was just going to quickly do, you've heard of that, you know, there's rewards and prizes today, and they are digital prizes. And the blockchain that we're utilizing for these prizes is the Wax blockchain. So I'm just going to share my screen, and let's see if I can find. Here we go. And we can do this after as well. I don't necessarily, if you don't have a Wax web wallet, we're here to assist. But I just wanted to just to show that it's a fairly, well, I guess we'll get feedback. We'll see if you feel it's an easy process to get one of these digital wallets. So I'm just going to search Wax web wallets, and the first thing that comes up on my internet search is Wax web wallet. This is the right site. At the top, it's going to say allaccess.wax. And
I think they use My Cloud Wallet now, don't they? The new one?
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yep.
Wax web wallet. Thank you. This one. Cloud wallet, right? There we go. So mycloudwallet.com. Thank you. All right. So this is the right screen. You'll see a little create account button. Like anytime you're creating an account, you know, put your credentials maybe in like somewhere safe, maybe a maybe a password manager or something like that. Maybe try not to use, the same password as you're using for other sites. For this, we're using for fun and games. We're not holding a lot of monetary value, but whenever you're creating a wallet on a blockchain, you are taking the responsibility of being in control of your own bank. So, keeping your password safe, just like you would say on your bank account, is important. But I just wanted to show you that there are a number of ways that you can instantly log in with a Google account or Facebook or any one of your social media accounts, or you can sign up with and I already have an account. I can't walk you really through the process because I think it's going to not let me create maybe another account, but I just wanted to put that up so you're kind of aware of the ecosystem that we're working with. And then the other quick site that I wanted to put up is Alien Worlds. Where are we here? The awards that are coming from the land in Ike are, some of them are kind of base game pieces that would allow you to earn some of the token that's mined on Alien Worlds. Let me just bring this up. Sorry for the wait. So it's alienworlds.io and share. Here we go. So Alien Worlds is one of our portals to bring people into the metaverse and to, without investing anything except getting a wax wallet, you can start earning some of these tokens and NFTs. And what's the premise of the game is to try and take a centralized business and to give it to the community and give funds to the community, for us then to have to be almost forced to come to consensus and build a reputable team of people to give funds and fun out to communities to expand this metaverse. And you might be wondering, why would I want to utilize this or use this? But one of the facts is that it is one of the most used games. So we have a large audience, and they're always looking for other fun activities to play. And we can utilize some of their hard work and assets that they've already put on the table, like their token, Trillium. So yeah, that's just a quick introduction. And by all means, if you stay up to date with some of the Telegram channels, if you need any help walking through this, that makes a little bit more sense of how or why you'd want to integrate your art, your community, if you have, a need for governance, why this would assist you. The prizes I'm going to be giving out is one last quick share. It's interesting, the evolution of crypto tokens to now digital art. One of the NFTs or digital art that I'm going to be giving out is a NFT that behind or embedded in the NFT are tokens. And it's just a neat process that the evolution of tokens and art can have a lot of utility. So we're using, I'm giving out one NFT by a company called LD2, and they're using their little NFT to bridge this digital world to the real world. And one of their specialties was, in the silver and gold industry, where they're using this little digital NFT as a warehouse receipt for silver that's actually stored in a vault. So that's why I thought I'd give out some of their NFTs. Their ones I'm giving out are backed by the token we use in Alien Worlds. but just to showcase, how far this technology has come to actually bridge, this digital world with actually physical items. Yeah, and we can talk about more online and on Telegram about all of that. But I think that's probably enough of my sharing, and I'll pass it on to back to Dan.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Dwayne, for all that information and all your support of the event and in general of the metaverse. That's all super cool. I encourage everybody to look into the tools he's checking out. If you haven't yet created a Wax account, there's lots of amazing things you can do with it. And as Dwayne was saying, there's so much cool stuff going on with the tools that we're building, and very empowering for communities and also very helpful for events like this. Speaking of the event, I think we should probably get started pretty soon. I did want to share a little bit more context. Maybe I'll do a screen share again for 1 minute, and then I know Jason had to go pretty soon. Jason, if you want to just go ahead, I don't know how much time you have right now. If you want to just go right now, you can, of course, or if you want, I can just go and just share like another 1 or 2 minute presentation, but I want to accommodate your schedule. So how are you feeling, Jason?
Yeah, I'm ready spontaneously. I was kind of expecting it to start whenever in here, so I expect it to be a very long performance at all, right? It's kind of just I'm ready.
Okay, sounds good. If you're ready, then feel free to go ahead. There's a little bit of lag going on with your internet connection, so hopefully it lasts and it works out well. But I heard most of what you said there, and I have a little presentation where I can share a little bit more context about some stuff that Dwayne was saying, which I realized I should share. But Jason, for anyone who doesn't know, Jason is awesome. He's super cool. I've gotten the pleasure to know him at a lot of the meetings that Dwayne hosted for the Alien Worlds Fractal. We used to hang out pretty much every week, but it's been a while since we've seen each other. You haven't been to the Crown Call lately, so I've been missing you. But it's great to see you, and I heard you have some sort of I think you said comedy performance for us to share. So
it's very serious comedy.
Okay, I'm looking for some very serious comedy. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everybody enjoys. After Jason goes, I'll share my screen and just show people how the voting app works again. And I think Eric just shared the link there, so you can click on the link, but I'll provide another tutorial there. But first, I'll pass over to Jason for some very serious comedy. And Jason, the stage is yours now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an important discovery to share with everybody. The universe is a funny place. Very, very funny. There's funniness throughout everything. In fact, you can tell what's true by what makes you laugh. It's an important guidance post, but it's precarious. So I've mapped out a little bit of a safe guide as to what we're looking at here, okay? Because it's like a theory, it's a perspective on reality that is really useful in terms of like avoiding the stupidity. As you know, you may have noticed, stupidity is endemic, as in we're stuck with it permanently. It's going to be like one of those lingering problems, like a rash that comes back or something. Even intelligent people, believe it or not, occasionally behave stupidly. So let's not be too judgmental. Anybody can be stupid anytime. The thing about it is that a stupid person doesn't realize they're being stupid, and it's really difficult to understand it from their perspective. Like, it's very important that we try to not understand stupidity. We have to understand that in the first place, it is fundamentally confused. There is no rational explanation for stupidity as a phenomenon, for the practice of it, I mean. And so for an intelligent understanding of stupidity, we're going to be frustrated with that. We got to know that going in. So it's going to be a frustrating endeavor to try to understand that. But one way to understand it is for the cause and effect of what's good and bad. And that it's generally viewed as stupid to do something bad for yourself that's also bad for the whole world and the future, or somebody else. It's like a lose-lose, right? If you could see a lose-lose, you can assume safely that was coming from a place of non-control. That was an uncontrolled behavior, probably an accident. It's some description, as stupidity usually is. Sometimes a person is out like behaving in a way. See, this is just like a node on a map for any single behavior. It's not that a person is permanently categorized to doing the win-win or the lose-lose or anything, but it's moment to moment, right? So if you could see something as a win-win, you could think that was probably a plan that worked. You know, somebody had their thinking cap on and they were thinking it all the way through, and that they got a win-win out of their plan. So that's the way to see it. But as well as that, there's a qualitative sort of curve in the tube here, in that the universal good is elusive. That there's preference, there's a bias and a preference, and that it's not always fair to say what is good or what is not good. And that this is especially true for the nature of depravity, for what kind of depravity is good depravity and what kind of depravity is not good depravity, and what is a loss or something different, maybe artistic expression. And so with that, I think that the nature of the joke in our time has come into some interface with the rise of stupidity, right? See, this is like one of those things that we could just apply the balm of humor to, and realize that the win-win is just embarrassingly simple. That usually a person just has to get past themselves in their sense of, you know, like comfort and being accepted, and letting it all hang out a little bit, as one does when being very funny. And unfortunately, but fortunately, the funniest things are true. And you can always tell when somebody tells a joke that is not true, because somebody will say, that's not true, right? Right. You know, if it is true, everyone will just laugh. And that's how you know. Because communication is always with the audience, right? If what you think you're saying is not what people are hearing, right? If people are laughing, then you know they're hearing you, and that they can see the truth in what you're saying, and to some extent. Otherwise, they'll get very upset. And it's important to understand as well that the role of that is to help people loosen up themselves and become comfortable as well. And of course, that's a real serious risk. So this is where the comedy gets serious, because risk reward calculus, right? Every joke you try is a risk, because maybe that person doesn't see it that way, and they're going to say, that's not true. And that all you were trying to do is cut the tension, but instead you've added to it. See how that backfires? Right. So it's a risk worth taking, because the greatest solutions for ourselves and for humanity are behind the barrier of our discomfort, of our sense of ourselves and our social status, and whether or not we're willing to let it all hang out and tell the truth entirely, right? To admit to the truth, the gross truth, the sticky truth, the stupid truth, the depraved truth, the works. That's the funny stuff. And I think perhaps the one truest universal stupidity that is bad for the person themselves and bad for the whole world is to miss the point of the joke, of our existential, I guess, permanent sense of dissatisfaction. We always need more. We always need it to be more. It always has to be, and so we're already marvelous. Okay, look at what's around us. Look at what we can do and organize. We're so marvelous, and yet it's like, but what if it's not good enough? We're hilarious, and so is God, and that's that. So thank you for hearing me out on my very serious approach to comedy.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. I hope everybody enjoyed. That was very interesting. I see Rosemari put stupidly marvelous in the chat, and everybody's clapping, and we got some big laughs. And for people who are watching recording, you can't see the Zoom chat, but there's been probably 5 or 6 people putting the applause up. So thanks for welcoming Jason. Thanks so much, Jason, for the serious comedy. Very inspiring and very thought-provoking.
Yeah, you know, take that risk. It's a win-win. Make you feel better and everybody else too. We could get to some serious solutions if we could just drop the attitude, drop the tension.
Excellent points. I agree. Well, yeah, it reminds me of a lot of different podcasts I've listened to with stand-up comedy performers. There's certainly an art to it, and it's also like a truth-telling role too. But yeah, well, fascinating. Thank you so much, Jason.
And how difficult is it to actually like please all the people without offending people? As a culture, our like what we all think is funny is such a shared experience. It really is. So, and what we don't think is funny too.
Mhm. Well, absolutely. I think lots of people have thoughts about this. I see Rheyah, if I'm pronouncing her right, her name correctly, said so funny and true with lots of exclamation points in all caps. Rosemari says yes, amazing too. So it sounds great. I'm very curious. There could be a whole discussion about this topic, and so I'm curious what people think. Although we do have the other performers of the agenda too. We only have about an hour left or so, and we have, I think, 5 or 6 more performers too. So thank you so much, Jason. If you want to add anything else on there before we head on to the next performer, then we'd be happy to hear from you. And perhaps this can also, we could have a sequel to discuss this in more detail at some point too, because we could dive into a lot of details here.
Of course, I'll be available to that. Thank you for letting me perform. I'll probably have the video off. I'll keep my headphones on as long as I can. For everybody else, I'll be watching carefully. I can't wait to vote. So thank you again.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Jason.
Cheers, guys.
All right, so Jason leading the way there. Thank you so much once again. I'll get into share my screen. If, of course, Eric, you want to jump in, of course, as you're the organizer, and feel free to jump in. I just figured that I can keep it rolling and show a little presentation I was planning to, and then we could pass on to the next performer after that. But Eric or Lisa or Dwayne or anybody who's helping to organize, feel free to jump in. And if anybody has any thoughts or questions or comments, then you can also feel free to hit the raise hand button in Zoom and we can call on you. Or if it's something quick, you could maybe just jump in between acts too and just share your thoughts as well. We could have a pretty laid back environment and have some fun here. So encourage anybody if you want to share some thoughts at some point. But anyway, I suppose without further ado, if nobody's jumping in, then I will get back to a screen share and then we'll figure out who's going next. I'm curious, by the way, if there is if there's a schedule of who's going next. I see Eric said eating his chocolate chip cookie to celebrate Jason's talk. Sounds good. Once again, if anybody wants those cookies, those coffees, you saw where I shared the screen, and I think it's been shared. Well, it's in the Medium article, so I'll share that. Eric's asking, "What are you eating?" So curious to see what everybody is eating, and hopefully you're enjoying the culinary delights of Lisa's coffee shop. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to share a couple things that weren't quite prepared before. Apologies. I mean, I think it's been a great, awesome event so far, but this is our first one, so we're still kind of figuring out some of the kinks and stuff. And there's a couple of little things with the voting that were a little bit not correctly configured, but now they're correctly configured. So once again, you can check out the Medium post, which maybe I'll share in the chat again if anybody wants, because this has a lot of great resources here where you can learn. And if you wanted to scroll down a little bit and you could see the voting tool, for example. Eric also posted above, and you could do the zone background so you can get the coffee and so forth, as I showed you before. So I encourage you to do so if you want. And I just shared the link where you can check out all of those festivities and cool details. I also wanted to provide a little update too about the voting tool. So the voting tool is now updated. So now the way it works is you can click on the link that Eric had shared a little while ago. It's at Slido. It's a bit of a long URL, app.sli.do/event, but you can just click there basically. And Eric is also placing the Google form where you can place your order as well, where you could see this and select what different foods and drinks and beverages and stuff you want and so forth. And then if you scroll up a little bit or go to the blog article, then you can see the voting tool we're using. It's an app called Slido. And then we're doing a couple of other interesting things with it. But basically, you could just click on whoever you think should be first. So obviously, Jason's the only person who's gone. He did an awesome series comedy. So first I'll put Jason up top there. And then after the next person goes, you can click on their name and then you can see, oh, well, did I like or did I appreciate Jason's? Or say, I'm just putting, for example, if Lisa went next, I don't know. You could also say if I went next or Rosemari or Rheyah went next. You can put them all here. And then as you're listening, then you can just drag it and drop it, whether you're on a computer, desktop, or a mobile phone or whatever it is. Then you could do it like that. So you could just reorganize it as you go. And then once you're done with that, well, there's a couple different questions here too. So you can write if you want coffee and snacks, although that Google form is the place where you can formally request it, but we'll also be checking this later. And you can also add your name, and there's also a little section if you wanted to share how you're feeling or what you've thought about the event so far. We have a little cat flying through the cosmos here that it looks like he's enjoying it. So that's how you could use this. And there's also the other one too, if anybody hasn't filled it out, about like just there's what's your top reason for being here. We'd appreciate hearing your thoughts. So that's basically how that works, and you can vote throughout the whole event as it comes up. And then just a couple more quick details I want to share too. Dwayne was talking a lot about tools that we're using for this. I've created a site. Also, Eric shared EdenCreators.com. I didn't mention it before, but thank you for sharing that, Eric. So Eden Creators is a media outlet that I work with mostly, the founder of, and I work with Rosemari there, and many other people help out with a lot of stuff. We have an article about the tools that we're using. If anyone wants to dive in deeper with a lot of the different tools that we're using, then there's lots of resources here. I've been working a lot over the past couple of years to share these, because I think that they're super helpful tools for everybody. So there's lots of resources there you could look into and learn more. Lisa had also shared a little tutorial that people can learn how to make accounts on Wax if you'd like to. You can also search YouTube as well. There's a bunch of great tutorials there, but this is on academy.anu.io, and you can learn more about it in addition to the resources that Dwayne shared before. And then I just see Dr. Terri Rheyah, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, said that they registered as a participant to show their art, but they don't appear on there. And then Eric also said, if you click on you are voting as anonymous in the voting tool, you can replace anonymous with the name that you want to. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, Terri, for letting us know. So we will add you. Right now, the way it works, at some point, we'd love to automate it so people can just select it. And then it'll automatically go here. But right now there's a bit of a manual process. So me or Eric will add your name to the list here. So you'll be on the list. And if anybody else wants to perform and they're not on the list as well, apologies if you're not there yet, but we can very easily add you there. So I'll add you, Dr. Terri, here in just a couple moments. And then as Eric said too, there is a little thing here in the bottom corner where it says voting as anonymous by default. And if you want to add your name, you could add your email too, but I don't think that you really need to, or your company. You want to just add your name. I also added this name here too. Just let us know who you are so we can know who you thought was best and stuff. That would be appreciated. And then just a couple of things I wanted to share real quick before passing it on. So I was talking about the Wax account. Dwayne was also talking about a consortium. It came up a little before we recorded. Oh, I see Eric has his hands up, so maybe I'll pass it to Eric here. Do you want to go ahead, Eric? Right now?
Yeah, just real quickly. A bunch of people signed up, but some people had contacted me and said they weren't sure they were ready or feeling up to it. So we asked people to confirm and write in the chat. So that's why it's not on there. I've been putting in the chat, and we've just been transferring those names in the chat. So if you want to, you can see I'm writing down what I have. That's just confirming everybody's welcome to perform. So Terri's name on that, and I'm excited to see what Terri's going to show us.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. I'm very excited to see what Terri will show as well. Or your real name is pronounced like for real. Okay, that last name. Okay, cool. So sounds good, Terri, for real. And that sounds great too. So that makes it easier and sounds awesome. So that's a win-win. And looking forward to seeing your performance as well as everybody else's performance too. I'll pass over to the next performer in maybe a minute or so. There's a couple of last things I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show, because we talked about consortium a few times. Shout out to Vlad. Vlad's been building this tool where different community members in different planets can make votes and polls and so forth. So you can check that out at wax.consortium.vote to learn more. And it's got a really interesting system with all sorts of cool stuff he's been building for a while. People can create polls and help each other cooperate. I've also been curating an article at edencreators.com/consortium where you can learn more about how this tool can be very helpful. And he has a Medium article as well where you can learn more. That is on the bottom of the website if you go and check out the social media links to learn more about the project. I've been working with Vlad for a long time on that, and I'm stoked about that. And one other thing I wanted to mention too is we have been experimenting and pioneering with a lot of these kinds of games that we're playing here at a meeting and an event called Eden Fractal. We've been doing this every year for the past 60 weeks or so, and we meet every Wednesday, and we create a lot of these games and shows and tools and so forth. You can learn about it at edenfractal.com. A lot of us are there every week making really cool stuff, and we actually did our first game of Fractal DJ, which was kind of like this Open Mic Night a little bit, and a Signals game back on our anniversary meeting. You can check out all the videos. We record all the videos and post them on edenfractal.com/videos, where you can check out a lot of stuff we're building. So if you really like this setup from the Open Mic Night, or you want to just learn more and talk with more people at the community, then that's a great event, as well as the Alien Worlds Fractal on Monday. And there's also pages where you can learn more about some of these tools there. We have lots of cool stuff that I can go into more detail at some point. And we also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/edencreators where you can watch a lot of the videos that we're doing as well. Maybe that we posted there. I'm not sure where this video we posted yet, but I did mention the town hall videos. These are on here if you want to see Eric discussing the Center for Governance and much much more stuff. Rosemari's going to be a performer. She has a podcast as well that's really cool with community stories, and she recently joined the Eden Creators team as CMO that you can see here. So lots of cool stuff you can see. I just want to give a high-level overview for everybody you could see. Also, edenpractical.com/videos, where you can see a lot of the cool stuff that we're doing there. And then edentownhall.com/episodes, where you can see the upcoming episode about this open mic night, and then also the first one with the Center for Governance. That concludes the presentation I wanted to share there, just to provide a bit more detail. Encourage everybody to check out the Slido and start voting when you're ready. And with that, I will stop my screen share. Happy to answer any questions. If anybody wants to reach out or anything like that, you can always reach out to me. I'm at DanSingJoy on most social media, and I'm looking for the stop screen share button. Sometimes I get it lost a little bit, but there we go. And I'm not sure who's going next. So Eric, is there a predefined schedule? I see Rheyah is below Jason on the list. Does that mean that Rheyah is going next, or is it randomized, or do you know who is going next, or is there somebody who wants to go next?
Sure, Rheyah can go next if she wants.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Eric. Hi, everybody. So what appears on my screen is a mixed media piece that I've done, with on Canvas, and then the star is like a digital edition. I basically do mixed media poetry and poetry as well. I'm not on any social media yet, so this is Eric invited me, and thank you, Eric, for that. Now, I do have a couple of poems. The first one is it's going to be set to music, and if I do perform another one, I'll do it full, just spoken word. So here we go. Oh, and my audio is a little, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. 1 second.
If you're a unicorn, you've got a hefty horn over the top of your brain, but it's the third eye magic that allows us creatures to alleviate the strain. The gain or the gain to be in this lane of visionaries that feel pain, the ones who wish to show the world only love should truly reign, that show each other there's hope on the rainbow that guides us through and after the rain. We need the power of each other's light to flourish and stay sane. The name or the name of a unicorn spirit spreads light onto this road. The haven safe in a cosmic stream amongst clouds is our abode. So airy, fairy heart that's wary of all things that shun true hope. We're not but airy, fairy, we've just a celestial rope. A rope that ties us to the task of helping each other on this earth, to show true abundance its light of day and never see a dearth. A unicorn that beats its head upon a cloud of magical dust, the ones that guide with luminous light, fulfilling a sacred trust. The trust that life is such a gift of glory from the cosmic sky, that leaves not the water wells of others ever empty, ever dry. A rainbow is not but merely a colorful and truly beautiful thing. It's a silver-lined prismatic sparkle of a cloud that with tears does sing. The tears of pain, the tears of joy that lead us to the way that ensures our cosmic beings joyously greet each day. The extent we speak of magic and rainbows only masks this deeper state, that we insist on creating wondrous things, glorifying each other's fate. Magic and rainbows and fairy dust only add to this deeper state, that we insist on doing whatever needs to be done to offer whatever it takes. We offer up ourselves to the greater, wider, deeper holistic good. We know in our heart of hearts that it's the essence of what we should.
Thank you. It's done. It's the music playing now. It's just 2 seconds longer.
Thank you so much, Rheyah.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
What was that?
I said, absolutely, my pleasure. And so sometimes I do a spin on the accent, and this is how I talk, but my husband's British, so I sometimes use it as an artistic voice. And yeah, so I plan to be on social media at some point soon. And I'm glad to be here. So I don't know if I have time for another one or if that should be for next time, but it's up to you. I can let the next performer speak, and then maybe we can come around again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rheyah. And by the way, is that the correct pronunciation of your name, Rheyah?
Always, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming and sharing your work with us and your art with us. I see lots of hearts going on and claps. And Rosemari was saying she wants another one. So perhaps after the other performers go, if you want to share more, that might be cool. Or we also have more open mic nights in the future to share more. Melissa said, very beautiful, exclamation point. Eric, love it, mixed media poetry. So yeah, it's very inspiring and magical and sounds very nice with the music and everything like that. So I love the story. And yeah, thank you so much, Rheyah.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the sweet comments. So I can go, the other thing is, so I had another unicorn poem, but I think I can read something. Rosemari said, I want another one. So I don't know if I should go. Dan, you tell me.
Well, there's supposed to be 5 minutes each, and I think you were at like 4 minutes or 4.5. So I suppose if it was really quick, then you go ahead, or then maybe perhaps it's kind of up to Eric too. Eric set out the rules and organized, and I want to make sure we have enough time for everybody. But maybe we could also save it for afterwards, if we get through everybody else's
Let's do later,
performances too.
Okay, beautiful. Let's do later. Yeah. In
Okay.
like minutes or so. Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, thank you so much for offering another one. We do only have, I think, another 4 or 5 performers like that, so we might have extra time. I saw Rosemari was frowning a little bit when I mentioned that, so I hope we'll be able to have a bit more time to hear it more, because that was lovely. I also like the visual art too; it looks really cool. So yeah, thank you so much, Rheyah, and hope everybody enjoyed that. And again, we could have another discussion about this or hear more about it because there seems to be so much there. So I'm looking forward to coming back and hearing more from Rheyah when we get the chance. But I suppose to keep it moving and make sure everybody gets a chance, we could now pass it on to the next performer who wants to join the stage. I see on the list there's Lisa, who has a comedy performance, Rosemari, who has a music performance, Terri, who has an art performance, and myself, who will be doing a music performance. So once again, Eric, I'm not sure if the schedule is set. Do you know who's going next?
Lisa, and don't forget Spacewrangler Joe will be doing an IKEA creation.
Okay, excellent. Oh, and I just realized actually that I forgot to add Terri to the list, and also Joe's not there on the Slido. So I will update those right now. Apologies for the delay. So Terri and Joe will be joining the Slido momentarily. And with that, I see Lisa's looking up in the sky. She's ready to make everyone laugh, I think. So Lisa, on to you.
I don't know. We can hope. All right. Greetings, beings of the metaverse and coffee lovers of all dimensions. Welcome to Lisa's Coffee Shop at the new Center for Governance on planet Ike, where humans, dogs, and species of all types are welcomed. I'm Lisa. I'd like to thank Eric and Dwayne for adding the coffee shop and then asking me to stock it and start paying rent. Somehow that request rose to the top of my list anyway, but it is great to be here, although getting here has been quite an adventure. I hopped in my new coffee cup. It's shaped like a coffee cup, and it's from Galactica, the spaceship company, and flew over, totally smooth flight. I love the new parking in the space deck out back. That's been great. But I must say, navigating the metaverse and talking about it in the earthly world on my way here can be quite an adventure. You know, explaining the metaverse back to people on Earth is like trying to explain quantum mechanics to a hamster. They just stare at you blankly and keep chewing. It's like, have you heard of this amazing place where we can create communities and use NFTs and play games using blockchain technologies and get tokens to people all over the world? And they just stare. And then I say, well, I have a virtual coffee shop. And they're like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but is there a new way to order coffee? Can you send me some? Though actually, a coffee place is a great first gathering place in the metaverse. Did you know that Alien Worlds was created in a coffee shop? I don't know about you, but if I'm flying around in a ship from planet to planet, whether it's real or virtual, I want to make sure I have coffee with me. So it seems like a good place to start. But the metaverse has a way of blending reality and imagination, kind of like coffee blends you might find that's grounded in reality, but with a twist of imagination, such as vanilla misty brew or espresso enchantment, maybe metaversal mocha, or how about some trillium shots? Well, don't forget to order snacks and snacks for the table too before I forget about it. They're virtual, you know, but still enjoy them. Now, I know some of you are wondering if the metaverse is just a giant video game. I get that a lot. Well, sort of, but without the video part. It's a bit more complex than that and more imaginary, but think of it as a multiplayer coffee shop. Instead of walking in and grabbing a cup, you're meeting online and in social media or Zoom like we are today, and imagining the future of what could be while we're sipping our digital lattes or real coffee on Earth. And let's not forget the possibilities for communities in the metaverse. It's like we get to be in a global coffee club with latte leaders and cappuccino communities, and the decentralized decaffeinated are more likely the crazed caffeinated. But remember, the metaverse isn't just about coffee and games. It's a world of endless possibilities. You can own virtual real estate, build digital art galleries, and maybe someday attend poetry readings and concerts with holographic performers. I can't wait for the day when someone invents a holographic coffee shop where we can all meet. Imagine that. Currently, we have spatial and inverse from our computers, but we have a way to go before we can show up with real coffee in our hands. Considering that we currently all render in the same place when we get there and run over each other at every turn. So that could be a mess. We still have a little ways to go, but we shouldn't give up. The future is exciting and surely coming, coffee and all. And in conclusion, I'll say the metaverse is like that perfectly brewed cup of coffee. It's bold, it's innovative, and it's always evolving. So the next time you encounter someone from the metaverse when you're in the earthly realm, don't fret if you don't understand everything they say. Just nod and smile and ask them if they've tried Lisa's extraterrestrial espresso. Trust me, that's a language we all understand. So thank you for coming today and enjoying your coffee, both at home and virtually at Lisa's Coffee Shop at the Center for Governance on Planet Ike. And enjoy the ever-expanding worlds of the metaverse, starting with this beautiful grassy coastline. And look forward to spending more time with you in the metaverse in the future.
Thank you very much, Lisa. I see lots of claps and some hearts here. Lots of people clapping. Thanks everybody for supporting Lisa and the performers. Rheyah, Edward, awesome, Lisa, and Capital, big thank you for being so awesome with lots of exclamation points. So I'll second that too. Thank you, Lisa, for made me laugh several times too, hearing a bit of your experience with working in the metaverse and communicating to people outside. But yeah, amazing performance, and thank you a million times, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Well, I suppose we also got an awesome and some hands up from Melissa as well. Glad to hear that Melissa is joining, or is enjoying, and Rheyah. Hope that everyone else here is also enjoying as well. I suppose we can be pretty quick and keep moving on. I mean, part of me wants to just hear what people think about Lisa, but of course we have a schedule to go because people are sharing amazing speeches for everybody right now. But I'm just going to briefly, once again, share the screen before we go on to the next person. I just wanted to show real quick, we mentioned Lisa's Coffee Shop where you can learn more. Once again, thanks for making this event possible as we are here. Oh, it looks like I'm sharing the wrong screen actually. Well, anyway, this is something that I wanted to show you anyway. Oops, wrong screen. My apologies. I wanted to show here at the open mic night, the way the Slido works is you can vote on the polls. So as I was saying before, you can see the polls here, and you can now you can click and you can drag up and so forth, like I was saying. So I encourage you to do so if you like. And one thing that I didn't show before that I wanted to just show is that also while we're here at the event live, we can see what people are putting in. So we can see people are entering their names and seeing what the top reason is that they're most looking forward to open mic night, if anybody hasn't followed that. So it's cool to see how people are here to be meeting people and networking and being off and watching the performance and so forth. And we got a lot of people from Planet Ike too. So I just want to throw out there that we can now see this live, and we haven't yet had any vote submitted yet, I don't believe, for top performer, but you can do so as you're doing it. And then you would see on the screen here, you can actually see live. I see one participant is now responding. So if anyone wants to do their votes, then they can do that by, it doesn't actually get submitted until you hit the send button down here. So once you pick whichever your order is, right now I have Terri, Rheyah, and Jason, which is kind of just random because I just picked them randomly. But say if you wanted to do that, then you can hit send, and then once you do it, then you can always hit edit response to, and then you would see now this gets edited. So I just kind of randomly picked some random ones. I'll change it there. But then you could always hit edit response, and then you could change it there. But I just wanted to let people know that it doesn't actually show until you hit send. So make sure that if you did want to submit your results or anything, I mean, you could save it till later, but that send button is needed in order, or else we won't see it. With that, thanks again so much, Lisa and Jason and Rheyah and everybody so far for listening and performing. The next person on the list of performers, is this going to be Rosemari playing some music? Is that correct?
Yes, I guess. Okay.
All right, sounds great. On to you, Rosemari.
Okay, thanks. All right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna play it just for you to let me know first if you hear it. One moment.
I hear it.
Hear it? Yeah,
Yep.
okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Thanks everyone for being here. It's a magical night. I feel it. Okay. I'm going to sing No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande. I really love Ariana Grande. I've been following her for more than 10 years before she became very famous. And she used to play in this series called Victorious. And she was probably 17, 18 there. So I've been following her since then. And then she just blew up. So anyway, I really love this song. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope I perform well because I practiced. Okay, I'm starting. Oh, I didn't see the time. Okay.
First, I'm just going to jump in for a second because the audio isn't sounding right now. I think what you might want to do is go into your Zoom settings and then go to audio, because I remember we talked about this recently. There's an option called Zoom Optimize Audio, and you can do low, high, medium, or something. And I think
I just changed it. How is it now?
Well, I can hear you speak fine, but it just, as the music was playing,
yes,
we
yeah,
we weren't really able to hear your voice very good.
Let's try again.
Okay, sounds good. Just one thing I was going to say, by the way, is there are two options for original sound for musicians and live performance audio. I don't know if you picked those, but those might be good options that you might want to try, or just turning off.
Original sound for musicians. I'm gonna try.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well.
If you want to just test it out again, if you want to just play a little bit of it and then sing along with it, and then I can let you know if it sounds good.
The timer. Okay.
Okay, well, I already stopped the timer for a minute, so just take your time because I'm really excited about this, but I want to make sure the audio will sound good so people can hear it and it sounds nice.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
If you don't stop me, I will assume that it's fine.
Sounds good. It's still not really working right now.
Oh no.
Did you try original sound for musicians?
It's either music or singing. You have to pick one.
Oh no.
It should be possible to do it. I'm sure it is. They have that setting for original sound music. There's also live performance audio.
I'm gonna put it on auto.
Okay.
Test it first.
Just auto.
Okay, try it out.
I'm testing it. So, okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, then maybe I'm gonna try a cappella. What can I do?
Okay, sounds good. It's still not really working.
No, but why is it doing that? This is just, oh, I don't know. It's because Oh, I know why. I know. It's
Okay.
because I'm sharing my audio only from my laptop, so it's not picking up my microphone. And oh,
Ah,
okay, I need to change that.
Okay.
Oh no, and it's recorded as well.
These are good
Anyway,
lessons. These are good. We need to know this.
right.
This
Right,
is
Different-
that's
like,
the
this
whole
is like
point.
as, yeah.
Because I went to the advanced settings, thinking that I'm very advanced. Okay.
Pressure in the metaverse. Can you
Well,
imagine if we were high pressure, no one would be here.
Well, it is the first open mic night, so by the second or third or
I
the
guess
10th, then we'll have all this figured out better.
okay. I guess you have to look at my screen too.
Okay, that works
I'm
if
sharing.
if it helps us so we can hear it.
I think it's gonna work this time.
Okay.
So sorry. I'm going again.
Okay. It's still not really working.
No way.
No, it's not
No.
working.
No.
You can hear yourself slightly, but it's very, you don't
you can
hear
hear when
yourself
you
really.
talk. It
Yeah,
works when you talk.
Yeah, it just doesn't like, it just doesn't want to hear when you sing for some reason.
It just won't do it with the music in the background. You have to
Yeah.
sing without the music.
Oh. What are my options here? I guess I'm gonna go after. I don't know. I'm gonna go after the next person.
Yeah, if you'd like to think it over and think your best options, then we could pass it on to there's Terri and Spacewrangler Joe and myself, so you can have as much time. You can take some time and go next, or go after a few people if you want to take more time. I would suggest too, I think the Zoom up does audio. I don't know if you tried them all, but I feel like those are meant for what you're trying to do. And also make sure just your regular audio settings, your microphone is routed correctly. But other than that, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. So hopefully you can resolve it. But if not, acapella works too. I've heard you sing acapella and it sounds amazing. So I suppose if that's good with you, Rosemari, then I'll pass it on to the next person and then come back to you maybe next or soon.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for trying and looking forward to hearing it very much. And also thank you for the little story about your experience on Ariana Grande too. Makes me even more look forward to the No Tears Left to Cry song. But anyway, I suppose we can move on to the next person now. So I think next on the list is Terri for real. Terri, would you like to go next?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna share my screen and talk through some photos. So let me prepare, let's see. I guess I have to do share content first. Let's see if it will do that. Okay. Oh, it doesn't let me choose my favorites from it. Maybe, hold on a second. Let me see if I can share my screen instead.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks for looking into that, Terri. Also, by the way, Rosemari, there were some comments from Spacewrangler Joe and Rheyah saying acapella, and acapella would be even more beautiful. So that's an option for when you come back if you can't get your audio set up. And Dr. Terri, for real, if you did want, then we could pass it on to the next person while you're getting that prepared.
Can you see my screen or not?
No, right now we don't see your screen.
You don't see my screen. Okay.
Should be able to share screen though.
Yeah, it should be pretty simple. There's a button on the bottom of the screen that says share screen green.
Do it.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay.
Although right now I just see, okay, sharing your screen. I'm here on your little screen. Hello.
Okay. See the start piece now?
Yep,
Yeah.
and now we see some drawings.
Okay. So this is kind of a triptych of my life. There's a lot of drawings from my favorites. I didn't start doing painting and drawing seriously until like 2019. So this was an early one. There's another one. Oh, these are not the favorites that I wanted to do. Shoot. Gosh darn it. I wanted to, oh, here we go.
See what I mean? There's always dogs on Ike. It happens every day.
Scooter, my dog. But I wanted to show
I
my
have a dog that looks
favorites.
almost exactly like that.
I had them all chosen as favorites here.
That's what happens. The dogs sneak in. It literally happens every day.
Okay. Okay, now can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep, we
All
see a
right.
bunch of drawings.
Okay,
Paintings.
and the question is, zoom in. Okay, well, this is good enough, I think. So this is one of my first portraits here. And then these are some people from Cuba. This is a New York. I don't know if you remember during the pandemic, New York had a snowball fight. And it was a spontaneous snowball fight, and I did a painting of that. So, and somebody took a picture of an alligator. So these are really early things that I tried to do. I like to paint horses, so these came out pretty well. But, and I like to paint animals and birds. So are you still seeing everything?
Perfectly. It looks
Okay.
really good.
All right,
It's come
this
across really,
is,
not only do you see it, it come across really clearly.
yeah, this is Better Small, this little blue bottle. That one has been entered into a contest before and accepted. I like to go to Florida. This is a local park. It's called the Bird's Nest. And took me about an hour to draw this with all those sticks. And I'm a triathlete, so this is a triptych kind of drawing of all my triathlon friends that are in the Team to End AIDS. A friend's kids. So, you know, I'm trying all different kinds of things. This is just all of my art. You know, trying fabric to make the ruffles and doing different kinds of birds. This one got into one of the best contests in the state. It took me almost a year to do. I did this while I was doing a cure for cancer. So this took me almost 9 months to do. This is watercolor pencil. And this is Croatia. I went to Croatia and Montenegro. I loved this road disappearing into the mountains and a sunny morning. This is Abu Dhabi. I qualified for World Championships in Abu Dhabi and went and did some art while I was there. And as you can see, my art is improving over time. This is like an artistic journey. This is the gentleman that got shot. I think he was in California. He was a contractor, and I did a painting of him to commemorate his life. And this is a friend's bird, and I cut him out and put him in front of different locations because Petey was very adventuresome. This one was a piece that I entered into a contest recently. It did not get accepted, but I will try it again, I think. A local park, just some flowers and fall. This is a weekly contest that we do on Zoom. This is the hand drawing, and then this is the painted drawing. Really like the effect of the pencil behind it. Another one, this is my cousin. So I think you can see that I'm on a journey of improvement and doing better with portraits and getting more drama into my art over time. This is 2 different paintings of the same scene. This one was first and this one was second. So there's more detail and more clarity in that one. This is just me sitting on the beach, painting on the beach. I did these pairs twice. Sometimes I do that. I'll go back to the bird in a second. This was the first one, and that was the second one I did. So playing with tones and color. And this is a 4 by 3 foot painting of a great blue heron at sunset. This is a pencil sketch that I did, and a couple of little elephants playing around with color and pattern behind them. This is playing with chiaroscuro to get pink and blues in the color. This is my cousins. I took a picture of them as they were walking in front of me. You won't know it from this. My cousin in pink is blind and he leads her everywhere. That's why he's walking in front of her. So there's a very typical pose for them. This is a painting of a local area called Locust Grove, and that was a plein air. So this is painted outside in an hour. And then I came home and got inspired and painted this. I've got a whole series of Black musicians. I like painting darker skin. It has a lot more color and variation to it than white skin. So I have done a lot of Black folks paintings. And this is from a concert I went to this weekend. I got inspired. This is this person is Eugene Hutz. He is the leader of the band called Gogo Bordello. He's from Ukraine, and so that's where the fist and the solidarity, and that's the name of his new album, is coming from. And then this is a weekly Zoom call that we do, and we paint different things. And this is, of course, what's his name? Ron Perlman. And then this is the Labyrinth, Pan's Labyrinth. So that's just a brief showing of some of the pictures that I've done in my life. And no particular order except from early on to today, and no particular design. I do not have a portfolio of pictures organized by topic or genre or anything like that yet. I want to do that so that I can go to a a gallery. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Terri, for real. You're very welcome. And thank you so much. That was beautiful. And I see lots of claps and lots of hearts coming from most of the people here too. Eric saying really nice, great job. Eric was saying we'd love to spend even more time on the pictures. Each one of the gem is worth more story. Yeah, I agree. It's really cool hearing seeing your pictures, and yeah, for sure that they got. It looks like you've been improving greatly, and it's super cool to hear your stories about them and hear all the different places that you've been and things you're doing. So I would love to see more of that and get more into detail, perhaps at a future open mic night. Lots of people saying Melissa saying you have a gift, beautiful. Rheyah saying super new, inspiring to see the ongoing journey. Dwayne saying inspiring. Rosemari saying good luck with the contest, and Spacewrangler Joe, very cool to see the progressions. I agree. By the way, one thing I'll also remind people of is that there is the Open Mic Night Telegram group that Eric had posted in the Zoom chat. Maybe we'll share it again. I see Dr. Terri saying thank you all. Stressful to share. Well, I hope it wasn't stressful. I mean, we all really enjoyed it. So thank you so much, Terri, for sharing your art with us. And yeah, I find it very inspiring, and I love seeing it too. So I hope that you'll join us again for future open mic nights and share your art. And yeah, it sounds like there's all sorts of cool stuff we can get into at some point too. You said you had a Zoom group with artists too, so interested to hear much more about your stories. And then to round off what I was going to say, that Telegram group for open mic night, we'll share it again in the chat. Lisa's sharing a whole bunch of really cool art there as well for the cookies and the grassy view of the coastline and everything like that. So if you haven't yet and you want to keep in touch and see what we're doing here, then I encourage you to join the open mic night Telegram group. Thanks once again so much, Dr. Terri. If you wanted to add any last words real quick, then feel free to jump in. If not, we have about 24 minutes left, and we have 3 performers left, so we could start to move on. I'm wondering if Rosemari has figured out her audio situation, or if not, Spacewrangler Joe, I believe he's going to be sharing some Ike AI art creation with us. I also have a song and a little speech I could share too. So Rosemari or Spacewrangler Joe, would you like to hop on now? Or would anybody else like to jump in with any quick comments?
Joe, do you want to go first?
Well, Rosemari, you were ready to go and you're on camera now. So, of course, Joe, you want to go. He said he needs a moment. So, Rosemari, if you want to go,
Okay.
if you want, I could also go too if you need more time. I think that my technical
I
audio.
can make it work. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But do you hear me well when I speak?
We hear you well when you speak right now, yeah. And if you want to try singing, then we could. I think it'll work out well. I think the only issue is when you played the music, Zoom tried to block out your voice.
Well, we didn't try singing by itself either. So we don't know whether it was the tones of singing or whether it was the singing and the music.
Mhm.
Yeah, in my experience, Zoom has a thing where they remove background audio, and sometimes I think that the singing is background audio. I've tried this before. Actually, Rosemary and I, we did a episode of a show called Fractal Apple where we played some songs a few months ago, and we had a similar issue. So I think it's the same thing. But yeah, we could troubleshoot
I don't
it.
see the settings, but yes.
Okay. Well, if you want to try to go ahead with acapella, that would be wonderful. Rosemary, there's a couple people encouraging you to do so. Or if you want to take more time and try to figure out the settings, then we could also go to the next person and come back to you.
Okay, maybe I don't have to also sing this whole song anyway. It's like a cappella.
However you like to do
All
it.
right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna feel like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking up, picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. Yeah. Ain't got no tears in my body right now, but boy, I like it. No matter how, what, where, who tries it, we out here vibing. Coming out, even when it's raining down, can't stop now. Can't stop, so shut your mouth. And if you don't know, then now you know it, babe. Know it, babe, yeah. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna feel like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking. Oh, I just want you to come with me. And tell me, ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. That's the first thing. And I don't know if you want more. I don't know how it sounds. I hope you're not deaf.
Oh, people clapping. There's several people clapping here, giving hearts and everything like that. I'll give you a clap too. You still have 3 more minutes if you want to keep going. There was a couple times when, like, it seemed like when you backed up when you're like that, it kind of, for whatever reason, the audio skipped out a little bit there. But other than that, it sounded good. You know, obviously, it would sound if you have like when you have a proper mic, it'll sound a bit better. But overall, I think it sounds amazing though. So if you want to keep going, then feel free to have a few more minutes.
Okay. Well, I have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, they point out the colors in you. I see him too, and boy, I like him. We're way too fly to partake in all this. Hey, we all keep vibing. We're vibing. Coming now, even when it's raining down. Can't stop now. Can't stop, so shut your mouth. And if you don't know it, then you know it, babe. Yeah. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna feel like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking up. I'm loving, I'm living, oh, I just want you to come with me. And tell me, ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. Yeah, we're turning it up. Thank you.
Woo! Woo! Thank you so much, Rosemari. Lisa's saying something, but you're muted. If you want to add, if you want to unmute, Lisa.
Great job. Yeah, bravo.
Yes.
My dad, I literally asked my dad because he's across the room. I don't know if he's right there, but we have doors, and I'm like, because I was rehearsing today, and then after that, just before this show started, I was like, should I close the door again? He's like, yeah. So he's a big supporter. Yeah, and I was like, does it sound good? I didn't really listen that much. So he's like he's got high standards, and yes. but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo. Yeah, I enjoyed it greatly. It was amazing. It's really cool to hear. That might have been the first. I don't know if there's been a musical performance yet in Lisa Coffee Shop. There probably has been, probably no, but first time that we're here up in these
That's the
beautiful.
first time.
That's the
For
first
sure.
time.
Yeah, that's the first time.
Wow.
My own.
I think it's the first time we've had a live meeting in Lisa's coffee shop, like
Oh.
on video even. Maybe. I'd have to think back, but could be.
All right. Well, another historic moment. First music, we had first comedy routine, first artwork that we've shown, visual art. I think soon Joe will be ready. He'll share the first AI art, perhaps. So many firsts. Thanks again, Eric and Lisa and Dwayne, for helping to organize this. And yeah, I'm pleased to also be very honored to be hosting the first event too, at Lisa Coffee Shop, and so for many more. And thank you so much, Rosemari, too. I guess Rosemari walked over to do something with the door or something like that. I don't know, but thanks, Rosemari. It's kind of great. And also, I look forward to hopefully at future open mic nights, we'll also hear you sing with the best audio and like the best audio and background situation too. I've also had the pleasure of hearing Rosemari sing in person before, and she sounds amazing. And so that was really, really cool with acapella. And thanks so much. And looking forward to more performances as well. Also with some fun dance moves at the end, I noticed too. And yeah, so anyway, I suppose if you want to share any last comments, either heart, thank you, glad you enjoyed it. And I suppose we have two more performers. Was that Rosemari?
Just saying thank you for the comments.
You're very welcome. And thank you, Rosemari. And thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a great time. We have about 15 minutes left or so in the first ever open mic night at Lisa's Coffee Shop. And we have two performers left, so maybe we'll try to be pretty quick. So we'll have two performers for about 5 minutes, and then we'll have about, 5 minutes for concluding. I don't know if Eric wants to wrap it up a little bit earlier. If anybody could stay a little bit later, we'll try to beat schedule. So if Joe is ready, Joe has now become JoJo. So Joe, if you're ready, then you can now have the stage to yourself. You can now go to the stage.
How do I go to the stage?
I mean, you go to the stage, it's just talking about it. There is a spotlight button feature that we could potentially do in the future that kind of like is a stage, but for now, just talking is the stage basically. And actually, we do have Zoom backgrounds. You don't have to do it right now though. That's kind of like a stage Zoom background.
Yeah, you know what? I had it, but I had to switch because I need to share my screen for my performance here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to share my screen here.
Sounds good.
All right. So, okay, so for my performance, I am going to try to, in 5 minutes, make a music video using AI from scratch here, all about Aiki. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Let's see. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yep, we see Discord right now. We see the whole screen with
Perfect.
Discord. Okay.
Okay, my thing's acting a little slow. So this is a Discord server called Suno, and I'm in Chirp. And to make it go a little faster in our 5 minutes, instead of me, I did this before creating a thing, in ChatGPT, but this thing actually has ChatGPT make lyrics about. I'm gonna put Planet Aiki to make it more clear. All right. And it's that quick, it'll come up, and it just takes a minute here. And while that's getting ready, I'm going to show you guys the other ones that I use to make the video. So got v.io here, and this converts my video that's going to come out here from Chirp into a straight audio file. And then I'm going to take that into Wizard, which I've already named it here, Aiki Open Mic. And I'm going to drag that audio file right in here, and it's going to create a music video from the audio that was produced again by AI. So let me go back and let's see if our if our song is complete. It's pretty crazy how fast it goes. It is a little busy right now. Different times of the night, it works really fast. Other times it takes a little longer. Let's see. Yes, here it is. So I need to do my, when I do my, you guys might not be able to hear it unless I turn my sound on, right?
In the
Share
share.
sound. Here we go. I'm doing it. Okay. All right. And let me download it real quick, and let's hope it's a good one. And I'll play that.
Oh, planet Ike, you're truly quite unique. With aliens dancing, it's a funky mystique. From green grassy fields to floating clouds so sleek. Oh, planet Ike, you're the quirkiest we seek.
Not bad. Not bad, huh? Okay.
That's a hit.
That's it. So now I'm going to add that over here, and it's doing the convert. I'm going to click convert. Let me share my other screen so you can see. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Okay, let's see. Getting my downloading on. Okay, and then now we'll go to Wizard, and we will enter our audio file and see if we can get it to do it. That's where is this thing? It's in my downloads. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. All right. Did it go? Did it go? Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, and then let's choose Infinity. Create project. Choose some images. All right, and we'll render the video. Let's see. I know I'm probably pushing my time. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, thanks, Joe. Yeah, there's about 20 seconds left right now in the 5-minute timer. Dr. Terri Rose, by the way, asking, are the images public source? No need for credit. So perhaps you can answer that, Joe. And then I'm very impressed with this whole thing, even if it takes 6 minutes. If you need, we can come back. I don't know how long more it'll take to render and stuff. It looks like it's almost done. But the first song was amazing and super cool. And I'm very impressed with this whole process. Do you know how much longer it'll take to get set up?
Looks like it's just about done. Yeah, so I don't think I'll make it in the 20 seconds, but
Okay.
Ike, oh mystical domain, where the months of grain peace remain. They cherish this land, this spiritual grace, embracing our pleasance in this cosmic embrace. Ike, the cosmic frontier, a testament to friendship, white and clear. In unity we thrive, and over we roam. In this dance of cosmos we found our.
all right.
Wow.
So there you go. Thanks, guys.
You can load that you can load that file into Open Mic Night on Telegram.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
My voice, or its voice, wasn't as beautiful as Rosemari's, but yeah.
Well, you guys can collaborate between Rheyah and you. You could put something together, I'm sure, mixing and some of Terry's art in there, and yeah.
Yeah, and if we take longer than 5 minutes, it'll be much better, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely fascinating, Jojo or Space Wrangler. Thanks so much. I see a couple people in meeting too. Feel free to jump in if you want. But yeah, that's I'm constantly impressed by AI, and I've been researching a lot, but I didn't know that's possible, and that sounded super cool. So thank you so much. I saw Rheyah unmuted. If you wanted to jump in with a quick comment, then feel free to go ahead. And also, if you don't mind answering, Joe, are the images public source? No free credit? And did you answer that? To Trey's question.
Those are in Wizard. They're some templates. So I believe they are public source or owned by that company, but they are free use.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Joe. I think I'm the last performer, and we only have about 8 minutes left on the schedule, 7 minutes late. So if nobody wants to jump in with any quick comments, Rosemari saying Joe, the Wizard of Oz, super cool. I'm looking forward to this. Can be a powerful tool for future open mic nights too. People could share all sorts of stuff. I had no idea robots could do rhyme that way either. Very impressive. The whole thing, a music video in 5 minutes. Who would have thought? All right, well, that's what we get up in here, Lisa's Coffee Shop. I saw Rosemari had said such cool things at Lisa's Coffee Shop, which is absolutely true. And also Rosemari before, she said thank you for the comments on her dad, so that's cool. AI Magician, absolutely. It is very fun, and glad you're enjoying it, Rheyah, and glad everybody's enjoying it. I suppose I'll go ahead now and share my performance, being that we're short on time, and so I'll do it pretty quick. If you want to put that timer, Eric, then feel free to go ahead. And so I guess I haven't prepared as much as I want to, but I have a couple things I want to share with you all. I'm going to share a little bit of a song. It's called How the Days Go By. It's a song that I wrote that I wrote about 7 years ago or so, and a song that I really love. It's actually the first song that I ever played at an open mic night. I played a few open mic nights live in my musical career here and there. I want to play it way more, and so I wanted to do way more open mic nights, but I've only had the chance to do a few. And this is a song that I did at the first open mic night. It worked out pretty well, although I'm a bit rusty. I played it for the first time in I don't know, a long time yesterday, rehearsing a bit. So we'll see how I do with it. I also wanted to share a couple of just quick thoughts too. Maybe while I'm just getting my guitar set up over here, I'll just say that I was having a conversation with Eric about this and Lisa about this, about open mic night coffee shop at Lisa's Coffee Shop, and I'm really excited about it. So I wanted to just thank everybody for being here. And then I've read some books about how like a lot of innovation has come from coffee shops and also from playing games. And a lot of my favorite musicians like kind of started out in coffee shops. So I think that we're onto something really special here at Open Mic Night at Lisa's Coffee Shop. So I hope you all enjoy the song. This is How the Days Go By. Hopefully this audio writing will work out. I have it routed into a DAW right now, and now I can pick it up. And now you should be able to hear me. Actually, no, I still haven't switched over my audio input, so I'll switch. Now you should be able to hear me with a little reverb. Is that right? Can you hear me with reverb, or can you not hear me? Okay, sounds good. For some reason, I don't hear it with reverb, which is a bit of an issue, but that's okay, I guess. So I'll just go ahead and play it here. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. So. Oh, that's what I don't want to do. Actually, I want to turn the reverb on here because that's why. Okay, so here's a song. It's called How the Days Go By. Every day is a lullaby. Wake up with light right in your eyes. We're in the night as we lay and dream. That's how the days go by. Every night we say goodbye. We close our eyes and we head inside. Think of the life that we've got made. That's how the days go by. It's all I never wake up. What's made up? What we see in our sleep. Every day is a lullaby. Wake up with light right in your eyes. We're in the night as we lay and dream. That's how the days go by. Every night we say goodbye. We close our eyes and we head inside. Think of the life that we've got made. It's how the days go by. It's how the days go by. Thank you, everybody, very much. I appreciate it. There's another verse that song I could sing, but I could save for another time. Hope you all enjoy it. I'm going to practice it more and play more. Thank you so much for all the hearts and claps. We really appreciate everybody. Yeah, I'll share more. I do have a video about that on my YouTube channel. Actually, I have a music video from some of yours on the Dance Party YouTube channel. If you search for Dance Party, spelled D-A-N-S, where you can see it as well. But anyway, thank you so much. Really appreciate all of that. Rheyah, sweet, lovely calming voice and neat lyrics and tune. Very soothing. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the claps. Thank you. Oh, I should probably turn my reverb down now that this is going reverb. Anyway, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Melissa and Jojo. Really appreciate all the kind words and awesome. Thank you everybody so much for all the support for my song and for everybody's music. Rosemari's arm is showing up there weird. Hello over there. Now we can see Rosemari in and out. It was amazing to hear from well, everybody who performed, Spacewrangler Joe's AI and Terri for Real's art and Rosemari's music and Rheyah's poems and Lisa's comedy at the open mic night at Lisa's coffee shop. Jason's serious comedy. Eric, thanks so much for organizing this. Dwayne, thanks so much for having us here on your land. Lisa, thanks so much for the coffee shop and everything like that. I could say more. Great to see you all. Friends of
voting. And I'd like to put in that while you're voting, you might want to go ahead and save the chat. If you don't know how to do that, in the chat window, open we will continue to put stuff.
Eric, I don't know if it's just me, but is it breaking up for anybody right now?
It kind of
I got it.
Okay, cool. Eric,
It's okay now.
it's a little bit different.
Save it, and you'll have all the.
Yeah, so it looks like Eric is having some internet issues here, but I think Eric is saying we could save the chat. So I'll go ahead and save the chat to make sure we have all the reminders and stuff like that. Eric, when your internet gets better, we just weren't able to hear you very much there. It's breaking up. I don't know if you want to try repeating it. I could also share the screen briefly just to show the voting once again for the last time. Now that everybody's gone, I encourage everybody to submit your votes. So if you want me to go ahead and do that real quick, Eric, just to show everybody how to do it once again, I can. Or if you wanted to go and share whatever I thought you were saying, but repeat it because we couldn't really hear you that much.
Go ahead.
Internet issues. Okay.
Go ahead, vote, and let's get everybody out of here. Vote, and then we will be awarding prizes. If you have it, your wax, it can go in there now. If you want to get one later, you can still get them.
Okay, excellent. Sounds great. Yeah, and I'll just do this quick because I know we're a minute over time right now. But just want to let everybody know, once again, all of these, like the voting app and everything like that, are linked in this Medium post on Planet Aiki about Lee's Coffee Shop, and you can see all the details, all the things that, or a lot of things that we linked to here. You can learn more, and hopefully we'll have the video soon where we can see it. There's a link where you can start the voting here now. And then also, there's also, if you wanted to set up a Wax wallet, then there's a link where you can learn the tutorial to do that. It's pretty simple to do. But yeah, basically, if you want to vote, and encourage everybody to vote now that everybody has gone, then you can hit start voting here now. And we'll also share that in the chat. Looks like I'm in the actual poll right now. Poll results, but here I just once again just put these randomly here too, so I'll put my own up there. But first I'll just, if you just open this page, it'll look pretty similar to this. It won't show any options in the list. So what you want to do is you want to in order to be able to vote for whoever, and you can rank, you know, from one, your top 3 or top 2 or top 4, or if you want to rank everybody, then you can do it according to whose performance did you appreciate the most. So just for example, I'm just throwing this out there. If I wanted to rank Joe's as number 1 and Rheyah as 2 and Rosemari and Jason and Dan and Lisa and Terri, just totally random example, then I could do that. And then if I decided, oh, Jason did better than Rosemari, but Lisa did better than that, or I appreciate them more, then those are things you could do. You drag it. And then all you need to do from here is you can answer these things. If you want to write something, you don't need to. You can just hit send there. Also, if you can add your name or change the voting to anonymous and just write your name in there, then that would be cool to do. And we'd appreciate, so we know. And then after you do that, then you hit the send button. And then once again, I'll change those. Those are just ones I put in randomly, but it looks like we have had 9 voters so far. 9 people have submitted a vote. So it looks like most people have done that. And right now, this is the tentative results. But first, I encourage everybody to do here, because if you haven't done yet, then it'll change live, and then we'll see whose performance everybody appreciated the most. But that's basically how it works. And once again, if you wanted to find the link to that, we'll share it in the Zoom chat and also in the Telegram group. Encourage everybody to join. Thanks everybody again so much for joining. Hope everybody had a wonderful time. I did, and really appreciate everybody here. So with that, I'll also just say feel free to reach out to us if you want to learn more, and hopefully we'll do another open mic night soon where everybody can join back and we can hear more from everybody. I would love to see more of everybody's performances. They're wonderful. So thank you everybody so much. Really amazing and inspiring. And back to you.
We'd also like to hear what you like best, what we can change, what we could do. Do you like the menu? Do you like the format? I think next time it'll run a lot faster and a lot smoother. This was the first time, and we all experienced some difficulties, but I think the portfolio of performers we had was amazing. And this is recorded, so we will be posting this too. I think every one of the performance was awesome. There's not a bad performance, and they were all great.
Well, I agree. And thank you so much, Eric. This was a thrill. And so thank you once again so much, Eric, for bringing us together and coordinating this event, as well as Lisa and Dwayne and everybody who participated. Once again, last round of applause, I guess, to Jason and Rheyah and Lisa and Rosemari and Terri and Spacewrangler Joe and everybody who listened and joined us too. Thank you so much for everything. As Eric said, we're open to feedback if you have any ideas. And then I suppose just look out in the telegrams and on Twitter and everywhere for the next event. And also, if you wanted, I mentioned a lot of events earlier that you can join and meet with Eric and myself and Lisa and Dwayne and many people here if you want to get more involved and talk with us more about the next steps for the open mic. With that, I guess I'll pass it over to Lisa or Dwayne if you want to share any closing remarks. Lisa's going somewhere.
There's a question of where this is going to be posted. All the links will be up on the Open Mic Night Telegram chat, which we posted a few times in there. And you can contact us directly with if you get a Wax wallet. And the awards will be posted there too. We'll know today who's winning, because you got 3 minutes left to vote, 2.5 minutes left to vote. Then we'll know who won, but there'll be prizes. There's attendance prizes. So, and they'll just show up. We'll post them, but they'll just show up in your Wax wallets if you have one.
All right, excellent. And you said there's only 2 minutes left to vote. So if everybody wants to vote, then they have 2 minutes left to vote. And then are we going to wrap it up now, or is there anything else we want to share here? Okay.
That's it. We're just waiting to see who won. And I'd open up if anybody wants to have any comments. The mic's open now for the next couple minutes. Any last comments by anybody?
You'd be happy to hear from, I don't know if Lisa, you want to add any closing words with Lee Coffee Shop or anybody else. Jason's on mute, looks like. What's that?
I don't know if you can see, but my little dog is right there. Beanie built my dog in.
Oh.
We
I
really do
just got-
have dogs
Oh, I
here.
see it. Yeah.
I just realized you can see it on the screen, so it's also laying right here. Yeah. Thank you
Guys,
all.
I just got to where
I appreciate you building Lisa's Coffee Shop into the Center for Governance and for everyone coming to celebrate. And what a wonderful demonstration of decentralization. Great
so
to
glad to
see
be
you.
back. So glad to be on today. I appreciated the performances. I'm gonna go vote. I think I know who I'm voting for. I don't know yet. I gotta think about it a little bit more, but
Yeah, you got a
that's
minute.
fantastic stuff.
Better think fast.
Oh, really? It closes? Oh,
What
good.
happened? Does the vote end, or is that just when you're counting it as of a minute, Eric? But if somebody got in
I'm
2
saying
minutes, would it end?
Yeah, I'd say everybody should have a chance to vote, right? We don't
Okay.
need to move more.
You can tell Eric too, maybe.
Okay.
Unless unless there are problems with voting. If there are problems with voting, let us know. We can extend it, but. And if Jason needs another minute, we can do it, but I don't see any reason to wait. We all heard it. It's great. The voting tool's really easy and fast.
Hey.
You done?
Yep.
Wow. Pretty good spread. Looks like Dan got #1. Rosemari is up there. Rheyah. The apparently the AI live generation AI is a hit. Terri, Lisa, Jason, all good stuff.
Everyone's a winner.
Any last comments,
Mhm.
Dwayne, on prizes? Since Dwayne is the keeper of all the prizes.
Yeah, I just encourage anybody that doesn't have a Wax wallet to go to the Telegram group. And if you do need help through that process, there won't be a time limit set. If you get a Wax wallet in the next little bit or next couple of days, we'll be sending out two rewards. One's backed with actual tokens that you're able to use that everyone gets. And then there's some tools to utilize in alien worlds. And please engage in the Telegram so we can explain those a bit more, because they are pretty cool NFTs to start off with your new wallet if you're starting off. And yeah, reach out, because we're going to continue this, and it'd be great to start getting rained down with coffee and snacks and attendance rewards and different things. And it might open the doorway to different things we were showing, like possibly we can walk you through the path of how other community members would like to see your art and your talents. Perhaps they can be embedded in one of these digital objects, or digital JPEGs or songs or what have you. And you can see there's a whole talented group of people that could collaborate, right? Whether it's video or AI or maybe there's a group song.
I'd love to see some collaborations going on. Joe was asking about which Telegram group. It's the Open Mic Night Telegram group, which we post in the chat several times. I'll post it again. There it is.
Hi, Eric. So I wonder if I could do a non-competition poem if it turns out bad, because I haven't tested this before. It's just 2 minutes, but I'm going to play some music that I don't, that haven't tested yet. So it's okay if we could save it for next time. It's totally up to you guys.
Well, I'm okay. I'll stay on and listen to it. I'm interested. I just want to let everybody know that we're basically done with a competition. We can we'll post the results and all that and the prizes. If any has questions, feedback, any for us, let us know on the Open Mic Night Telegram group. And don't forget to sign. The only last note for everybody is don't forget to sign up for the Interplanetary Unconference. That link is posted several times. And Lisa's saying if anybody needs, I think it's 1 TLM to register. If you need a TLM to register, we'll put that in your wallets too. So just let us know. Anybody else have anything before Rheyah does her poem? Yes, you get your cloud wallet at you get your Wax wallet at Cloud Wallet, and it should give you an address. So all we need is whatever something it assigned you, probably something.wham. That's all we need is what that is. So we just need to know where to send the rewards. Anything
Eric,
else?
if this turns out bad, you can just cut the end off. That's and Dan, let me know if the sound, if it's messed up when I play, when everybody's ready.
Okay,
ahead.
that sounds good. I will do. Thank you so much, Rheyah. And yeah, thank you everybody so much. On to you, Rheyah.
Okay. She sits in the corridors of transcendence. Rays of sun speak to her spirit as light enters her soul. She speaks of celestial things, and her heart with gratitude sings, aware of the overarching spheres of hope that make passages for her celestial road. She takes the road so oft not taken to let her spirit more fully awaken. She is the divine feminine within us all, man and woman alike. She is the womb out of which birth did come, the source of eternal life. Take then a drop from the glorious sun and remember that we are all together as one. I is we and the he and she of language and its games, but we are all but different echoes of each other, so different and yet the same. Let it be a passage of light that guides us to each other, my sister, my brother, my dear friend. I will see you beyond the passage's end. For in the glimmer of all our souls is an entirely, I'm sorry, yeah, I cut this out, but I will see you beyond the passage's end. For in the glimmer of all our souls is an entry to another holy, holy whole, a purpose pole, a rope of divine most things, a celebration of each heart that sings in awareness of itself most deep, witnessing its beauty causes it to weep. The tears that emerge from a state of joy and depth are tears that the clouds themselves have wept. Alas, it is the rainfall of blessings pure for the pain each soul may have had to endure. Beyond the tunnel of infinite hope is a mighty, glorious, mountainous slope, the height of which the heavens know, the place where the soul does take it slow. For those who know that patience is the path most clear, for the revealing of secrets that hide in the joyous tear. So tear open the wound that seems to be your weight in order to open the most heavenly of gates.
Bravo.
Sounds good. It was good.
Good job.
I mean,
Great
not just
job.
the performance was good, the sound and worked pretty well too.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
can cut that out because it's messed up in the middle, but I'll prepare it for another time.
That was great.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rheyah. That was wonderful. And there was you asked where it's gonna be posted, so I don't know if you know where we posted yet, but we'll figure that out. I don't know if Eric has a idea in mind, but it has been recorded, so we shared soon, I think. And
Well, we'll put the link in the open mic night chat. I might send an email out too for those that registered, but yeah, we'll put the link in the open Telegram channel.
okay, sounds great. Encourage everybody to join that Telegram group. It's in the Zoom chat. And I don't know if there's anything else we should share. We're already about 15 minutes over time, and we had a wonderful second performance from Rheyah. So thank you so much. And I suppose that could be a fitting time to wrap it up. If anybody has any last words, or if Eric or I think Lisa gave a speech there. Dwayne, anybody else, if anyone else wants to jump in with any quick comments to close it out, then feel free. But otherwise, I'll pass it back to you, Eric, and we can wrap it up whenever you feel like it's the right time.
Final words. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you to everybody, and let us know how we can promote you, your efforts, or anything we can do to make our efforts better. And look forward to sign up for the Interplanetary Unconference, and look forward to the next open mic night.
Here, looking forward to it.